Hi, welcome back to Jim's Guitar Garage. So we're going to continue on with leveling and crowning the frets on this guitar. All right, let's get started. Welcome back. I remember before I'd mentioned to you guys about these neck calls. So I actually just got this in. Got this from eBay. Let's see if I can find the package here. So this is the, hopefully you guys can read this. This is the item number. So as you can see, I'll show you, we'll pull this one out. This is a rocker one from Stu Mac. It worked pretty good. So as you can see, if you have a Les Paul style guitar, Les Paul neck, these do not work. And if you can see that huge gap under there. So what I recommend, if you want to use one of those, you grab one of these Stu Mac. This is a 10-inch radius block. Obviously the flatter the better, but you can stick this on, stick this down here like this, put this together, tape it with the same blue tape, and then put your neck on here if that's the way you prefer to work. I just prefer this one, so I will use this neck call for Fender guitars and similar ones. So let's continue on with this. We're going to continue on with these frets that Isaac and I were working on in the last video, and most of this will probably be fast forwarded for your viewing pleasure. All right, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who have been watching, the frets are now done. Had to do a little sanding to fit the neck pocket in here, so the day has finally come. We are going to glue this neck onto the guitar. So I checked the angle. Just a quick tip for you guys. I'm sure you guys might have seen this if you're building guitars. You want to make sure when you put your neck in, get in there nice and tight, shove it all the way in, and then get some kind of level. I just have this regular one I got from Home Depot, and you want to make sure that the thing just comes over the bridge. So you can see right here, it's just touching the bridge right now, and there's still a little adjustment, room for adjustment. The bridge is not all the way down, it's not all the way up, so you want to make sure you got a good, good angle there. If your bridge is all the way down and the thing is going way over the top of it, then you need to readjust your angle, or you're gonna have a hard time setting your string height and intonation and all that stuff. And obviously string height is the biggest one. So what we're going to do here real quick is we're going to smear some glue around in here, put a little glue on the neck, and then we're going to put them together. So let's get started with that. And just for those of you out there who want to know, this is Titebond original wood glue, found at any hardware store. So we're just going to spread this around in here pretty liberally. You don't need to go crazy with it, but you don't want to have good coverage. And this neck pocket is pretty tight, so I'm not too worried about the thing sliding around. So this is from this kit again is from the fret wire. So far so good. There's a few things here and there. Obviously the neck angle wasn't perfect, and I had to adjust some stuff. I'm going to put a little glue on here too, because this contacts the top right here. So we want to try to get glue everywhere. Like I said, you don't need to go crazy. You just need to pretty much get it everywhere. And then take a little bit more. And I'm just going to, you can use an acid brush or whatever, but to me that's just kind of more of a pain. So we want to get just a thin layer on here. I say don't go crazy with it, because you're just going to have a bunch of push out that you're just going to have to clean up. And I'm trying to avoid that, so it's a nice thin layer. And then I have this is a quick grip bar clamp from Vice Grip, which I'm going to be using. And then set that down. I also have an old school pipe clamp, which this one is extremely long. This was made for building tables. So we are going to use those to clamp this in. So this glue gives you a few minutes of working time. So make sure we hit that area too right there. Okay, just pop that top back on nice and tight. Smear this around. Okay, so starting to get a little tacky in some areas, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. Let's see, that thing comes all the way into, I want to make sure I get the glue pretty much everywhere, all the way up to where it goes in. All right, so you don't want to shove this in this way. You want to make sure you go down, and the directions from fret wire will tell you that if you've never put one of these together. Same with a fender neck. Don't ever try and slide it in from the top. Always push down first from the face of the guitar, and then shove down like this. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna start wiping some of this excess glue away. I have a little wet cloth over here standing by already, so any squeeze out, you just wipe it off. all the way around. Okay, I'm gonna just get everything off. I don't want any squeeze out. I don't want anything. Okay, so it should look like that when you're done. See, there's no squeeze out and stuff over here. Hopefully you guys can see that. Let me move that a little closer. So I just wiped all that off, wiped it all off the face. And then I personally like to use blocks. You can use anything. You can even use, you know, like rubber matting or cardboard. I just have a couple of pieces of 2x4 scrap. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw these on.